Hey, what's going on, everybody? It's Evan again with another video. And the idea for this video is coming from a conversation I had about, actually about how olive oil is produced of all things. And the guy was telling me how it takes a lot of pressure to complete the process. And since that conversation, I've really been learning about how some of the older ways of extracting oil really get some insight into the way God works in our lives. So real quick, I'm in a very, very small nutshell. I'm going to give you an idea of how olive oil is extracted. So first off, in the correct season, the olives are knocked from the tree and then they're collected. Next, each olive is pitted. And then after that, they're put into a basin, kind of like a tub, and they're crushed with a large stone. And after that crushing, they're put into a basket. And the olives in the basket are put into an olive press, which there's a couple different ways that they're used. But essentially a heavy weight is used to make the olives release their oil. And at first, I'm not going to lie to you, when I read about this process, it seems like a very painful process in every step of the way. But in this video, I really don't want to talk about the pain and the pressure of the process, but rather what is produced, and that is oil. But I don't mean the physical oil I just explained, but instead I mean the Holy Spirit changing us on the inside and us giving more of ourselves to the Holy Spirit. And I believe that this oil appears in the form of personal changes, like attitude and character, personal inside things. I believe this happens when we're joyful in God's plan for us and not overcome by the pain we feel. A great example of this is Jesus praying in the Garden of Gethsemane before he was arrested, and eventually crucified, buried, and resurrected. And it's interesting because the word Gethsemane in Hebrew actually means olive press, which is the last step in the process of removing oil from olives. And so through Christ's character during his pressing, now we all are allowed to freely enter into a relationship with God. So that was the oil of Jesus' life. And the blessing is that we see the oil of people like Moses and David and people around us in our lives who have made mistakes, but are still seen as blessings because they allow God to press them. So however painful the process is, or wherever you're at in the process, don't forget that the oil that's being produced through you will work for good and blessing your life and others' lives in physical, spiritual, mental, and emotional ways. Yeah, so that's all I got for you. If you've been blessed, share Jesus with somebody today and speak an encouraging word to somebody. I love you all very much. I'll see you next time. Peace.